we'll start today. So, good afternoon once again. In the last lecture, we went through Android Spinner and we also went through the autocomplete text view. So today we will go through the Android list view. How we can add an option or a widget which is list view in an Android application that we have to learn, that I'm going to teach you today. So first of all, with the basic overview, we are going to understand what basically list view is, and then with the help of an example, we are going to learn how we can add an Android list view. Okay, so Android list view is so you can say it's a view which contains, the group of items. Wait a sec. Which contains the group of items and displays. It's going to have list of items and it's going to display in a scroll label list. So list view is implemented by importing the library called Android.widget, widget dot list view class. So list view is a default scrollable which does not use other scroll view. This is the main important thing you need to remember. It's a default scrollable class which is not going to require any other scroll view. So only list view is used if you have to add any particular list view, if you have to add some items through which we can scroll down and then allow the user to choose from those particular items. So we can use list view at that time. So here also list view uses adapter. So list view uses adapter classes which add the content from the data source. So always whenever you have to add the content from the data source, we are using adapter classes for that. For example, if you have to add so we can use string array for that, such as string array. We can use simple array. We can use database where we can store the information. These are the things that will help us to add the content from any particular data source to a list view. So let's go ahead and check the example of list view. So this was the basic overview. So as it simply implies, as the word says, list view means it's going to give you item or list of items through which we can choose a single item or more than one item at a time, and can just order that, can just book that, can go to next step in an Android application. So in this example, what we are going to do, steps, create a new project with the name Listview, or you can say Android Listview. Second, we are going to modify the activity main.xml file. Then we will create one XML file with the name my list, which we will have in an Android application .xml. All right, after that, in strings file, we need to add the items to display. And in Java, we have to modify the main activity .java file. So here we have to go through 5 steps. So before we used to have only 3 or 4 steps, but in this example, we have to go through 5 different steps, okay? So first of all, let's go ahead and create a new project. Open the Android application, Android Studio first. You can, in the activity main.xml, you can add the list view by using the GUI also, but just what you have to do is you have to drag and drop, as I've told you in my previous classes, or you can simply write the code also. So whatever the way you want, you can add the list view in the activity main.xml file. This was the previous project. I have nothing to do with this. I'm gonna create a new project with the name. First of all, the template you're going to choose is empty, and the application name is Android List View. And finish. It will create a project for you. Here we go. This is our project. And in order to save the RAM, I am going to close the previous one. Here we go. This is our main project, which is here. So we have the layout here, we have values, we have map, we have the images there. So let's go ahead and first of all, after creating the project, the second step that we have to do is we have to modify the activity main file. So here I'm going to delete this text view because I don't need it. I will just simply add the list view. Either you can use the graphical view here. There will be list view text. There will be buttons or widgets. You have to find out where is this list view. Layouts are here. All right, containers are here. So view is here, fragment is here, and then Google add view, map view, or legacy. Here is under the legacy you have list view. You can drag and drop it, but I want you to write the code. This is, everybody can do it, but using the code, you have to make sure that everything is correct. So I will go and open a tag of list view here. So that's it. And here I'm going to use match parent in width and fill parent in height, and then as always you need to add Android ID, which is very important. So @ID, so it's going to be list view, or you can give your own custom ID name. It's up to you. So that's it, and we are done with list view. But yep, so rest of the, it's a cornerstone layout. List view is here. Android ID. Okay. Then we have to create another file called my list according to the steps that I have told you. So here is our layout file. I will right click here and new XML layout XML file, and I will name it as my list, right? And it's linear layout, or you can say simply you do not have to add any linear layout. So my list, and finish it. We have added, but we don't need the linear layout. We just need a text view. So you can just modify it by removing the linear layout and add text view over there. Rest of the things are same, but you need to add some more properties. So here, what you're going to do is you're going to use Android ID is equal to, it was coming automatically, where is that? ID same text view, not the list view right now. So text view, then Android width is match parent, Android height is match parent, then Android text, which is gonna be medium text. You can write anything. All right, and then Android text style. If you have to add Android, you need to have tag like bold or italic or whatever the style you want. So you can use the option of text style. And let's say bold. And then Android text appearance, how the text should appear. We can say, I don't know whether it's there or not. So Android ATR text appearance medium. Where is it? Text appearance medium. That's it. Colors. And after that, we are going to change the layout. So margin layout, margin left. You can say 10 dp. And after that, Android layout, margin top. Again, we can say 5 dp. After that, Android padding, the space between the widgets, it's 2 dp, not more than that. And then at last, if you want to add text color, so text color, so we can give hash hexagonal 4D 4D 4D. That's it. So that's the file that we have added. We are done with this my list, and this is the text view that we have added in it. Now we have to place the list of data in strings.xml file. So it's here. We will double click on it and we'll open it. And resources are there, app name is there, it's Android list view. So what we have to do is now add all the things that you want. So for that, we will just add string array. Sorry. it's automatically giving. So string array is here. Name is array. You can give it any name. I can say array technology, and I will close it. Because we have not created this array technology, now we have not edited it yet. As I've told you, when you need to access the data, first of all, you need to give an ID or name. So array technology, yep, it's already edited, I guess. So array technology is here, the name of it. You just need to use down hyphen. So then I will add item. First of all, suppose I'm going to add C item, always now item, Java, item, Android, item, Hadoop, item, Python, item, Joomla, all the languages that we can have, item, ASP.NET, item, C++, item, Perl, or you can add so many items that you want, even if it's not necessary. It's just the array. I mean, I'm adding the list view of languages. You can add list view of years, the days, anything. So I'm just taking an example of languages, programming languages like C#, and so on. That's it. You can add more things here, but I want this much only. And that's it. We are done with the strings file now. And at last, I told you we have to modify, we have to add the adapter to Listview using setAdapter method of Listview. So we'll go to main activity Java file here. First of all, you need to define the variables, like as always, I told you. So as we are using Listview, so always we have to define a variable with the help of this class. So Listview, I will use Listview as a variable, and then text view is also used. So I will use text view and define another variable, and I will name it as text view, which is already defined over there. And I'll always define one string array where I'm going to store these things, string array and list item. That's it. We are done with 3 different variables using the 3 different classes, and we'll go to onCreate method now. Inside it, I will just get the instance. So Listview is equal to same thing which we did before. So list view find view by ID. So R is the general class ID dot what's there? It's list view. In the same way, the thing which we have defined next is text view. The variable name is equal to again text view find view by ID R dot ID dot text view. So text text view. That's it. Are you here, Mr. Carlos? So we have Michael also here. Okay, so after it, then the string array that we have defined. So it's list item, right? And I'm going to use it, get resource sys dot get string array or dot array dot array technology, which we have defined there in the strings file. The name which we have defined here, that's array technology. That's what I told you. We will go through it later on. So now there will not be any error. And then I'm going to use the final method. So final array adapter, and the data type is string, and I will name it as adapter. The object name will be adapter is equal to, oh my gosh, new same array adapter. And again, inside this we are going to add string first, and here we are going to add this comma Android this comma Android dot or dot layout dot simple dialog item first. Now simple list item, simple, we want a list item, so list item first, not second. Then Android dot or dot id dot text first, which is inside it, comma list item. Inside it you have store, and that's it, semicolon. And then Listview dot set adapter. Using this method we are going to set it, and adapter will be stored here. Alas, that's it. And after that we'll use another way. It's Listview dot set on click listener, set on item click listener, and new adapter view on click listener, override item click adapter. This adapter here we need to use parent, which is basically adaptr adapter view. This is our parent, and then view dot view is same, integer position, long, id is I. And then we'll move to the next thing, which is now to do auto generated method stub. So for that we'll use string as a data type, and we'll use value as the variable, equals to adapter dot get item get item position. And then after that we are going to use the toast to get the notification, make text get application context, and then value comma toast dot length, long or short, it's up to you, length long, and method show. That's it. And with this we have completed our Java file as well. So now it's the time to run the application and check the results. So I hope everything is clear. It's list view here, it's my list here, my list file where I have added all the properties of it, and in strings I have added all the items which I have called using array technology. Here, get resources from get string array, r.array.array technology, which is here, and main activity is here. Save it, and I will run it using the emulator. Hopefully it should give us the positive output. The emulator was turned off. I have just turned it on now. It's the previous project. I will just run it again so that we'll get the output. Yep. Here we go. So this is just a list view. C Java, the same list view that we have here. You can check it out with this. In the strings file, first it's C, then Java, then Hadoop, then Android, Hadoop, Python, ASP.NET, C++, Perl. Even if you want to add, now it's up to you if you want to add more items, like you have to use item, and then I'm gonna use, what's the next language? I can say Ruby on Rails. All right, I can add a lot of other items in the list. It's all yours now. And I can say whatever language, I can say SQL, and save it and refresh the application again, and you will have the output. It takes some time in this emulator, so this way, and you can have the exact output here of this application. So C, Java, Android, Hadoop, Python, Joomla, these are all the items which I have added in strings, but in the main activity, I have called them, and this is the attribute, array attribute, which is string array name is array technology. And with this, I just store them in list item. Then I use this list item to just store them in the, store them in the adapter. And I call that method using set adapter. Okay, clear?
Yeah.
So that was all about the list view. All right, so in this way, you can add any list view. When you click on Python, it should show you a toast, which is here, the toast which I have added here. So when you select any particular language, it should give you that C here. Java is gonna give you the toast, the notification. Android, it will just change it to Android in the bottom. Hadoop, you have selected Hadoop. Python, it will give you the toast. Python, ASP.NET, Ruby on Rails, SQL. So that's the toast. Clear? Great. So this was the Android default list view. Clear?
Mm-hmm.
Now, let me just wait a sec.